Do you agree that everyone should have the right to a fair trial?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. Goes without saying, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. Depends on the crime. Yes.
The right to freedom of speech and expression?
Yes.
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 Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Definitely.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
The right to an education?
Yes.
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 Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 The right to be free from torture?
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. All of those above, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, of course, yes.
Nigel Farage proposed scrapping the Human Rights Act to make it easier to deport migrants.
But here's what we have to do to make Operation Restoring Justice actually work. We have to leave the ECHR. No ifs, no buts. It may have been a good idea 80 years ago. Frankly, it isn't today.
We've come to Clacton to see what his constituents think of it. Were you aware that all of those rights are given to us by the Human Rights Act?
Right.
And a certain politician, maybe you could guess, and said that he wanted to tear up that legislation.
Right.
Do you have any idea who it might be?
What, our government now, is it?
It's Nigel Farage, your MP.
Really?
Yeah, are you a bit surprised by
I
that?
think the rights in those who come over here, they need to earn the rights. Yeah, we put a lot into where we are today, and it's been taken away from us.
No, it wouldn't surprise me at all. I just know Farage locally.
Does that concern you? What do you think about that?
It doesn't really concern me. I think Farage is going the right way. I think Starmer's going the wrong way.
I guess I would say it might have been Farage.
Why would you guess that?
He's very outspoken, but he says what people want to hear, sort of thing. So he's a bit of a rogue at times. He says a lot of things, but whether he'll follow through on them, it's a different matter, sort of thing, But I do agree with a lot of his policies, sort of thing,
I think he's done the right thing, to be honest, with what he's been saying. But at the same time, I'm not really much into government stuff, so it is what it is at the end of the day, to be honest.
Are you concerned at all that any of those rights that are protected would be unprotected if he did scrap it?
Yeah, because I feel like Clacton's getting run down a bit with other people coming in, and we're losing jobs, losing places to live, and losing out on a lot of money for our community. And if he scraps everything, then Clacton's just going to go downhill.
And our rights don't mean anything anymore. It belongs to someone else who wasn't born or bred in this country. It's an unfair system at the moment.
Yeah.
Us people, British people, our voice is not heard.
How high up on your list of concerns as a voter is immigration?
Oh, it's got out of hand. We've got 3 more years of our Labour government. By then, England's finished. We are finished.
Why is that?
Taxes. Keeps taking money. And us who work, who have a house, who pay our bills, we don't get any help. But we've been taxed on it to provide for others who haven't put a penny in the system.
Is that your highest concern? Is immigration or tax, or is there?
This country's just falling apart.
Really?
And we can't do nothing about it. We are governed by them, the government, who don't live in the real world.
Nigel Farage.
It was Nigel Farage. Are you surprised by that?
Oh, not at all, no.
Why are you
No.
not surprised?
Well, they're basic English values, aren't they? And British values, yeah. So obviously Nigel would be up for that, yeah.
He was proposing getting rid of the piece of legislation that gives us those rights yesterday.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
What rights were he banning with?
So
Sorry.
he proposed scrapping the Human Rights Act, which enshrines the right to a fair trial.
Is that a European Human Rights Act?
Yeah, so the European Convention of Human Rights is enshrined in the...
This is nothing to do with the questions you asked before, because the questions you asked before are enshrined in the British law. That is not to say that scrapping the European Human Rights Act would actually scrap those things that you asked me earlier on.
Well, he proposed scrapping the Human Rights Act 1998, which is a British law, which prescribes it in these rights in our law, and he proposed scrapping that yesterday.
I'd have to see what he said yesterday. Sorry, I wasn't up with it. It was at a Coldplay concert last night. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if any of the new MPs, to be honest with you.
Really?
But most of them are quite corrupt, so.
Well, I'm assuming because you're in Clacton, it'll be Nigel Farage.
Yeah. Are you surprised by that?
No, not really.
Why are you not surprised?
Well, I'm not big into politics, to be honest with you, but I know with regards to kind of his movement kind of when he first had come onto the scene. A lot of it was kind of, I suppose, getting on the bandwagon, if that's the right way of putting it, or really looking at views that are probably a little bit more against the norm, if that makes sense.
How long have you lived in Clacton?
18 years.
How has Clacton changed in that time?
To me, it's got better because the things they're putting in Clacton, like the seafront and things like that, more things going on. But certain areas of Clacton have gone downhill, where you've got people who have moved in and the area has gone down.
As voters, what sort of issues matter to you when you go to the ballot box?
Probably migration is one of the big things we're on about, because the country is getting overwhelmed, and having to pay for the migrants in this country is hurting the economy.
Is what Nigel Farage said, or what Nigel Farage stands for, is that quite appealing to you then?
Yes, we follow him quite regularly. We go to his speeches on the seafront. We voted for him. We always vote reform. And when we had the cancellation of the local elections, we was looking forward, because we wanted to vote for a reform.
I think, the country's due for a change, and he's the one for me, sort of thing,
What sort of change do you think he's offering? What's he offering the people of Clacton?
Not just Clacton, the old nation, if he was to get in as Prime Minister in X amount of years' time. But they say a lot of things, but they don't always follow through. Take Keir Starmer, for instance. So many promises on his election, and they've all virtually gone out the window. But I've always liked Nigel Farage for years, to be honest. He's never had a chance. Now he's got the chance, so see if he can follow through.
One of his propositions was to strike a deal with the Taliban, a returns agreement to return Afghans back to Afghanistan. What do you make of that?
I did hear about it on the news. I would say the Taliban haven't been the best of people over the years, what with the wars and everything. And was it when America pulled out and they sort of, on their own people, they've restricted them, sort of thing, and they went after the people that was doing interpreting and all that sort of thing. It's their country, they can do what they want, right? But live and let live, I'll say. That's my sort of policy on life. As long as no one does you no harm, let them get on with it.
Yeah, so you are perfectly happy with Nigel striking a deal with the Taliban?
What happens out in that country is their business.
And if they did, I guess, have a right to stay in the country, they successfully claimed asylum, is that something you would be okay with?
Yeah. If they're willing to sort of contribute to the country, pay their taxes like everyone else, why not? Give them a chance.
Do you think that he could solve the small boats crisis and immigration?
Definitely.
Really?
Yes.
One of his plans, he said that he would make a deal with the Taliban to send back people from Afghanistan to Afghanistan. What do you make of that?
I think that's a fantastic idea. I think he's a very brave man. I think he's courageous, and I think he's the right person to lead our country.